This video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. More about it later down the video. In the last part, Beerus and Ulo begin to fight for real, and Ulo is quite surprised of her own power. And Ulo, however, doesn't have enough power to continue, but she displays the next level. After losing her energy, she absorbs the spirit bomb she created and goes Super Saiyan Blue. After the fight, Bulma goes along with Whis to train. In this part, we start Bulma's training for Super Saiyan Blue on Beerus' world. So let's continue. Bulma arrives on Beerus' world and all is nice and calm. She likes the scenery very much and starts walking around. However, Whis tells her that she needs to train hard and follow a set of rules in order to continue training. Bulma is okay with that and gets introduced with the rules and chores. Meanwhile, on Earth, Ulo invites the gang to Capsule Corp while Bulma is absent, and so Vegeta and Goku train together, with Ulo as their teacher. Ulo teaches them proper control of their ki in order to access it first. It's very bare bones, so they take a while to get used to it, but they manage. Goku is the first to achieve the god power, and Vegeta became jealous, so he worked harder. Ulo mentions how training together won't make a difference and to focus on controlling his energy. And in no time, he too ascends. Though they both have trouble, they try figuring it out on the fly. Back to Bulma, she's learning actual proper control from Whis and catches wind of it real fast. She manages to even hold the form for quite some time, but is more intrigued on the blue form. She dubs it as Super Saiyan Blue because of the color, coincidentally the same as the gang on Earth. Whis decides to take a break and go to Earth, having short supplies of food and wanting more. Bulma is perfectly fine with that and the two head back to Earth. Over there, Whis and Bulma arrive and all three Saiyans see her landing with Whis. Vegeta screams, asking for an explanation. Bulma tells him to calm down and tells him she didn't actually go with Jaco but with Whis to go train with him to get the form. Goku is stunned and so is Ulo, while Vegeta is pissed that his wife went to train on her own and without asking him to. Bulma says that since he said that he will train with Ulo, so she went to ask Whis as to not crowd them all. Vegeta is still angry but understands, scoffing. Bulma asks for Ulo, but Ulo is already behind her, tapping her shoulder. Bulma turns around and Ulo punches her, telling her she didn't even say a word to her and just dipped. Bulma smiles, ready to punch back, but sees a little nubbin on her stomach, forcing her to pull the punch. Bulma comments her baby belly, teasingly and softly backhanding her in the face. Ulo isn't terribly happy with Bulma's disappearing all of a sudden, but says whatever and asks if she even learned anything while at Beerus' world. Bulma smiles, going Super Saiyan Blue without even trying. Ulo is quite surprised at Bulma's new ability, sensing her power and seeing she wasn't just messing around. She senses that Bulma is leagues above, congratulating her and asking for a small spar. Bulma doesn't really want to fight her while Ulo is pregnant, but her Saiyan instincts soon take over and puts a bet on her session. Ulo transforms into her Super Saiyan Blue as well, and they start off with a bang. However, it's nothing much as both of them are scared to hurt the baby. Goku, on the other hand, has a weird feeling like something's about to happen. Vegeta shares that same feeling, thinking that something could happen, but rule it out as just being idiotic. Goku agrees and they resume watching the sparring session. However, the bad feeling may actually be justified when the Freeza Force decides to revive Frieza once more. However, knowing they can't go to Earth anymore because of the Saiyans being there and ready at any moment to take them down, they decide to opt for going to Namek. They travel there and force the Namekians for the Dragon Balls. Namekians would rather die than just give up the Dragon Balls, so they say that. Freeza Force members aren't terribly surprised and kill off each village in search of the said Dragon Balls. By the time they're done, the entire planet is extinct and they have possession of the Dragon Balls. The only person they left alive is the Guardian because they know if he dies, and so do the Dragon Balls. They summon the dragon and wish Frieza back to life. Oh, stop. You wanted to skip the sponsorship, didn't you? You thought you was slick, huh?
Don't let him skip the sponsorship.
Oh, I ain't letting him. I was paid good money for it. You can sit through it. Dragon Ball Fever is a fan comic done by Norlai. It's about a girl that has been saved from Red Ribbon Army by Goku Black. Now please support the artist and check out the link in the description below. And now, you can continue watching. Porunga brings him back in pieces and has only one wish left due to the revival. So the gang wishes to put Frieza back together to his normal body. Porunga does that too, and Frieza is now back alive for real. Frieza looks around the planet, glad he's back. Considering that they revived him with the Namekian Dragon Balls, he decides not to destroy the planet this time around and flees with his men, leaving Mori the only Namekian to exist on Namek. Dende is mortified back on Earth, feeling the wiping of the Namekians but isn't sure who it might be. He tells Piccolo about it through telepathy, and Piccolo too is surprised about that. Since he's already with the Saiyans, he goes to tell them. He's reluctant at first, but Ulo figures out he doesn't want a burden. Piccolo tells them the entirety of planet Namek is wiped, leaving only the planet intact. Dende rushes over, saying the same thing as well as telling them only Mori remains as the only Namekian on the planet. Goku and Vegeta are worried now, thinking back to the bad feeling they had and wondering if it's that. The gang wonders who would do such a thing. Vegeta immediately rules out Frieza, saying that Frieza destroys the planet directly and leaving no one alive. Goku says Frieza has been killed anyway, but does leave the chance of the Namekian Dragon Balls reviving him and sparing the planet for further wishes. Vegeta thinks about it, saying it could be a possibility, but it's unlikely. The rest decide to instant transmission to Namek with the help from Goku, and on Namek, they look around and see Mori defeated and mourning. Bulma comes by asking who did it, and Mori says Frieza. Vegeta scoffs while Goku says he had a good hunch about Frieza doing it and asks if Mori knows his whereabouts. Mori denies knowing where Frieza is, saying he came back and left, telling him that this is his mercy in leaving. Goku and Vegeta now know what they're up against and decide to train up. Frieza in the meantime visits Earth and straight up destroys it out of anger and considering the Saiyans fully extinct, laughing maniacally and commenting how there will be no more Saiyans to thwart his plans any longer. Goku and Vegeta sense it all and decide to go there, while Ulo is seething because everyone she knew there has died. Meanwhile, as Frieza is laughing to himself, he gets socked in the face by Gohan, who survived the explosion due to his massive power level and escaping in the nick of time, breathing one last big huff of air before leaving the planet. Frieza is surprised and wondering on who it might be. Comparing the gaze between the young Gohan and the present one, he realizes it all. Gohan has none of it and powers up to his mystic power and lands a few hits on Frieza. Due to being in a lack of air, he starts losing breath, beating Frieza up to a bloody pulp and having the power up. Usually he would last a lot longer if it weren't for the mystic form. Gohan faints and Frieza points a death ray at him, considering it quits, but Goku and Vegeta come in clutch at just the right time to save him and take him back to Namek. Vegeta stays there, transforming into a Super Saiyan and telling Frieza his tyranny is over. Frieza is completely terrified to Vegeta having the Super Saiyan form, seeing the same menacing look that Goku and Trunks gave him. Vegeta then has his pride talk, saying he was a Super Saiyan for years now, and that now that he is, he just wanted to hurt Frieza's ego first before killing him off, going back to base and rushing the tyrant. Frieza can't fend off against Vegeta, and Frieza gets pummeled all around in the vastness of space. Vegeta though has to exert a whole lot more effort in moving in a vacuum and is getting frustrated by that. Frieza tries shooting a death ray at Vegeta, which does hit Vegeta in the shoulder and he writhes in pain, but doesn't drop his guard down, as he teleports behind Frieza and waiting on him to turn around for Vegeta to decapitate him, killing him instantly. His blood spilled everywhere and just in time for Goku to instant transmission back and witness Vegeta absolutely destroying what's left of Frieza before he too faints from lack of oxygen. Goku takes him and brings him back to Namek. On Namek, Gohan is already there asking how long do the Namekian Dragon Balls take to come back to be used again, and Mori says 1 Namekian year, in their terms about 1/3 of their full Earth year. Whis wonders if the Super Dragon Balls are anywhere near and suggests that, though their location is yet unknown. Bulma says she can make a radar that can track them, so they find them in no time. Whis asks how, and Bulma mentions she built a tracking device for the Earth's Dragon Balls a long time ago, and that just amplifying the old design won't take long. Whis says she will need to amplify it to track the entire universe, maybe even both Universe 6 and 7 if possible. Everyone's confused about there being multiple universes, so Whis explains it all. The gang now understand more about the cosmos and wish to visit the other universes someday. We're continuing the series next time. While you wait for the next part, join the T23 Discord server with the Vanity URL down in the description. Also, check out Hero Z in the pinned comment. Thank you for watching, and with that, peace out.